Hello team, welcome back. And today we will see how we can set up the Maven project with the Jenkins. We will see how we can check out the Maven project, execute the Maven project and build the Maven project. So let's go to the GitHub first. So I will open my GitHub account. I will go to my project. Here is the project which I'm going to build. So I have the same project in my local as well. Let's first go to the project and let's understand what this project is doing. So here I have imported the project in the Visual Studio, which have the two directory folders and pom.xml file. This is my pom.xml file, which is basically downloading the basic artifacts like Maven compiler, Maven release, resources, site, check style, Java doc, JRX, PMD. Now it is downloading the codes and Surefire plugin, servlet plugin, and all the things like. And over here, I'm including the JUnit repositories to execute the unit test. Here is the source directory. Source directory have the test and main folder. Let's go to the main one. And main file have a Java file called greeter. Greeter is just returning hello and the string which we are passing to the greeter. If we will go to the test, then test have the test greeter file. Over here we have the two test cases. In first we are returning hello world, and in second we are returning hello world with the length, right? So this is the Maven project which we are going to execute in this particular Jenkins job. So as this is a GitHub project, so we need to create a job which will check out the code from the GitHub. So to create the job, we will go to the new item and we will define the job name. I will give a first Maven project as a job name. Choose as a freestyle project, click on OK button. Now it will open up this particular page. Over here, I will provide the job description. Now I will choose the discard builds, and over here I will keep the maximum build as a 5. I will scroll a bit, go to the source code management, and I need to check out the project at runtime. So I will go to the Git. Over here I need to enter the repository URL what I want to check out. So if I will go to my project, then over here we are getting the clone and download, right? Please remember we will use the HTTPS. So if you are getting a project directory like GitHub, then you need to switch it and go to HTTPS. I will copy this, paste it here. As this is a public repository, so I don't need to pass the credential. The branch, I need to specify the branch, and you can see I'm using the master branch, right? So I will keep it master. Now we need to choose the build trigger options. I will leave it as it is. I'm not choosing any build trigger option. Now we need to pass the build environment, and I will pass a single build environment like delete workspace before start. Now after the build environment, we need to tell to Jenkins what it need to do with the source code. For this we need to define the build step. If we will go to the build step, then we can add a invoke top label Maven target, and inside this I will define the Maven version, right? If you remember, then in the last lecture we have defined the local Maven. I will choose this and define the goals. Over here we need to define the Maven goals which we want to execute on the product. So Maven have few goals like test, build, package, right? So I will define test and install. These are the Maven goals. If you're not aware with the Maven goals, you can Google around the Maven goals and you will see what are the Maven goals and what is the use of these goals. But if you remember, then what is the project structure of my project? Once I will check out this particular directory, this will check out this particular directory Jenkins upgrade v3, right? Inside this particular directory I have the Maven samples, and inside the Maven sample I have the single module, and inside the single module I have my pom.xml file. So Maven goal will execute at this particular path. So we need to define the path as well inside my jobs. Now we need to go to the advanced section, and inside the advanced section we need to define the pom.xml file path, right? So we need to define the project path first, then define pom.xml. Because my pom.xml file is just not present at the root location, so I need to define the explicit path for my pom.xml file. Now I will save this project and again execute this particular project. We'll go to the console output, and you can see the build is executing and we are getting the build successful. So you can see we are getting a message over here, the build is successful. Let's do one more thing. Let's configure the build again, and instead of the test and install, change the goals like clean and package. Save the build and execute the build again. You can say new build is started. I will open up the console log of the build. The project is processing and processing is done. Now we are getting the complete output. See, the test is executed, total 2 tests executed, 0 failure, 0 error, 0 escaped. And now we are getting the build successful message as well, that build is published at this particular location, where lib, Jenkins, workspace, my job name, Maven samples, single module, target, single module, project.jar. This jar is being created with the Java code which I have supplied to this particular job. If you want to verify this particular jar, then you need to copy this location. Go to the machine where your Jenkins is executing. In my case, it is executing on a cloud machine. CD and paste this particular path. Oh, this is saying too much arguments. Okay, why it is saying too much argument? Because we have a space over here within the first and Maven project. So let me take care that space with the backward slash. Now hit enter. See, we are inside this particular directory. If I will put ls, then we can see this jar is being produced, right? We are getting the jar over here. So this is the way how you can build your Maven project with the help of the Jenkins. So in a single job, we have checked out the code from the Git. If you want, you can see the code is being checking out from this particular directory. It is checking for the last commit, and last commit message Maven project. See, it is saying commit message is Maven project, and if we will go to the Jenkins, then this is the commit message. After the checkout, it is building your project with the help of the Maven, and it is downloading all the dependencies, then it is executing the test case, unit test case, which is defined inside the test, and then it is building the jar as my test got successful. So this is the way how you can check out the code, build the Maven project, and now you can distribute this particular jar to your audience. You can push this particular jar to the Artifactory so that the consumer can consume it and you can publish it. So team, this is the way how we can build the project with the help of the Jenkins. We have seen the complete continuous integration. We check out the code, we build the code, we publish the product. So thank you team, thanks for your time.